And when news breaks, count on WUSA 9 to get you the latest information no matter where you watch. We share updates right here on air, online, on our free WUSA 9 app, and streaming on WUSA 9 Plus. All right, so we know that time is ticking. DC's youth curfew zones are set to expire tomorrow. The DC Council delayed a vote that would have extended the zones until next week. That means during spring break, they're in the middle of it, DC will not be able to establish these zones in neighborhoods like Navy Yard and the U Street corridor. That's where our Rafael Sanchez-Cruz joins us live tonight. So Rafa, you've learned several organizations are really pushing back on any kind of extension. Tell us more.
Yeah, that's right. So these organizations have come together as part of the Youth Power and Safety Collective. They've sent volunteers to these youth curfew zones, and they tell me that they're not so convinced that these youth curfew zones are working. But what are working are the events that are being organized by DC's Department of Parks and Recreation.
So they start to run because they're afraid.
Nike Savain lives in Navy Yard, where curfew zones have routinely been established by DC police.
We've heard time and time again from the council that they're trying to stop these large youth gatherings. Well, those haven't been stopped by the curfew, right? They've been happening regardless of these curfew zones being declared.
Savain also works with young people at DC's Black Swan Academy. She credits DC's Department of Parks and Recreation for their events catered to young people.
It's wonderful. The kids are really enjoying them. And we think that having more than one a night in different parts of the city could help draw young people to different parts of the city and have more manageable crowd sizes.
Savain, who's volunteered at these events, says the release of the crowd shortly before curfew time can turn chaotic.
You gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell out of here.
She says youth received mixed messages from officers at the metro stations.
We live at
In video captured last week, you can see police officers turning kids away at the Navy Yard metro station where a curfew zone was set up.
You don't live here, go right now.
That causes a lot of panic and confusion for young people who know that the curfew is also happening at the same time.
But in Southwest DC, some neighbors say the curfew zones need to stay.
Yeah, definitely. They do need a curfew.
You know, but there's like some people that are saying, look, there's curfew zones now and the kids are still out here, so they don't think they're working. What do you
Lock them up!
Putting young people behind bars, even temporarily, even for a few hours, has negative consequences on their psychological well-being, sometimes on their physical well-being.
It's still unclear whether the DC Council has a vote to pass an extension of the youth curfew zones through spring and summer. What I can tell you, Zoe, is that today DC Mayor Muriel Bowser approved $2 million so that 30 organizations here in DC can expand youth programming during the summer. It's expected to help about 1,300 young Washingtonians. I'm Rafael Sanchez-Cruz on the U Street corridor. Back to you.
Yeah, we know this is certainly a deep-seated issue. All right, Rafa, thank you so much.